iDiski Times, now available in stores around the country for only R3.50.
iDiskiTV, powered by World Sports Betting. It's one of those weeks where we don't do previews. A lot of things are calming down because of the lack of football, but there are some transfer stories that are happening at the moment. Tso Vilakazi, as always, was with us. So I think the biggest one from your own club, Orlando Pirates, was Thembinkosi Lorch. Number one, we are seeing what is somewhere swimming on holiday, but obviously that's his private matter. But the biggest thing that came from this week is that Pitso Mosimane was saying he admires him. And he can speak to Chairman Ivan Korza. And now we know Utu Lorch hasn't played for Orlando Pirates. We didn't know whether it was injury at first, but we were not sure anymore whether he's recovered. And we're not sure whether or not he still wants to go on and play. But not really going into the speculation, Saloko. Do you think it's time for him to move? Would Ahly be his best option? What do you make of his whole scenario?
To be honest, I like what Coach Pitso said. I'm admire Lorch. Lorch is a good player.
Yeah.
And also to say, showing a respect to Dr. Koza, the chairman, if he's ready for Lorch, uzoyangendlela right to chairman and ask the chairman about Lorch. Look, Gulego, if a player is not playing in the team and he feels good, maybe Agasa told that treatment he used to get before and he feels good, maybe wanna go somewhere. I mean, going to Ahly is a big team. I will put it in bracket. It's you can say it's one of those overseas teams where, because all those teams that are outside North and Kulego, they treat them as overseas.
Yeah.
So
they pay you in dollars.
In dollars again. And I think if the coach wants him, Lapayan, I mean, why not? It's not like most of the time where you'll find that maybe the chairman or the team manager wants the player.
Yeah.
But if it's the coach believes in you and he says he admires you are cool, so I think it will be a good move for him to go there.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not saying that he will go. We're just responding to some of the rumors as well. Which is one of your favorite times as a fans. Later on in the video, we'll also discuss evidence Makgopa and Goodman Mosele as well. What we understand about the story insofar as whether or not they are officially joining Orlando Pirates. Back to Lorch, he is a player of the season at some point. Player of the season, and then he scores Bafana's goal to knock out Egypt. AFCON 2019, Egypt at home, Beshayo Mohamed Salah. And then at some point as well, there are rumors that he could be going to Belgium, but he's not happy because he's not going to go. And then last season, he didn't, and I think even the previous season, Sundowns winner league on the last day, which is, even then, I don't think that Upagamise Sandler to the level where he was player of the season. What do you make of his form ever since he became player of the season?
For me, to be honest, we don't know whether it was because after that, we had injuries, so coming back from injuries, we don't know what the mentality is strong to overcome that, because sometimes injuries they play in your mind, and you lose that self-confidence, that self-belief, or you can still rise again and do it. But yes, we can say it didn't play Lorch's Mazio, but at some of the games you could see him. He's coming. He's coming. It's just a matter of time where he will have that confidence to say, I can still do it the way I did it before.
Yeah. How does it affect? Because you've been in this, played for Orlando Pirates, highest ever goal scorer, and then you go to Denmark. But there were some moves, overseas moves, even with Teko Modise, a lot of players, there's always a move that didn't work out. How does it affect you going forward? So, good a move, but it doesn't go through because of maybe they don't agree with the Mali, and then you have to stay for a year and perform Orlando Pirates. Does it affect your performance as well?
You know, Kulego, if you are in Mundwini as individual, how strong are you if they're closing a door for you and say to yourself, what, okay, ukuvaleka kwalo munye umnyango kuzovuleka omunye umnyango, mina I believe ukuthi akufanelanga kumise in terms of you continue working hard, because at the end of the day, one thing that players they need to remember, Kulego, ukuthi even if we close this door, that you need to try and open the door again by performing in the field of play. Because if we close the door and then you say, when no value loyana, I'm just gonna sit, you're not doing anyone a favor, but you're doing yourself a favor,
because you're being paid anyway.
Yes, so you just need to continue work hard. Only God knows your breakthrough is at what time and where. So if you keep your focus, keep working hard, good things will come.
All right. Very quickly, do you see him staying? Obviously, you don't know the answer to that, but your reading of the situation, do you see him staying?
As Coach Pitso said, we have done so. Anything is possible for him, especially last season.
Sure.
At some point, there was a benching, not knowing ukuthi amareason kuba yini, yabo. So with the way Coach Pitso could make a corner, anything is possible. I think Coach Pitso will come for him.
All right, there you go. Last one, evidence Makgopa, no Goodman Mosele. These players are always nominated and they win Young Player of the Season. They play for Baroka. Evidence Makgopa, you've always admired him as a number 9. He played for Bafana last month. He scored 2 goals on his debut as well against Uganda. That's one. That's obvious. It's either they are signed and it's going to be confirmed. Something is happening there. You will find out later. What we know is that they are probably signed, and it's just a matter of it being confirmed by Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Speak to that. Are they perfect fit for Orlando Pirates? And keep in mind, Kutumela, he's a friend of mine, Gift Mutupa, from Baroka to Orlando Pirates, didn't succeed. So it's happened before. Nomakara, Baroka to Pirates, it did not succeed. Do you see these ones working out if they get signed?
We just hope for the best. We just have to hope for the best. Why? The history can repeat itself. So it happens with Lama player Baroka and Pirates, and nothing happened right. Maybe because of the pressure of about computer nabo in same positions. Maybe those players bangabonakali and then they end up like Ukutumela. So I just hope that these 2 players, they'll get the game time, they will improve, they will deliver, they will give 100%. Especially Makgopa, I've been watching him for quite some time, and even last season I've been said, this boy, he's coming.
Yeah.
This boy is coming. He just need the right channels and good company around him, good people around him. I think he's gonna be a very, very good player in South African football, especially as you look at now. In the country that we're struggling with strikers, especially strikers with that height of him, whereby he's good also in the feet, he's good in the air, he's a hard worker. He's a boy that from what I've seen is he's willing to fight, he's willing to work more and push himself an extra mile. So looking at the Pirates again, with the problem that they were having in terms of the strikers, injuries, and I think the boy with the age on his side, that's why I still believe that the boy is gonna be a very, very a good signing for Pirates.
All right, there you go. You'll find out the news, obviously, on social media, iDiskiTV, iDiskiTimes, everywhere where you get your football news. You'll find out, and Orlando Pirates' social media as well. Orlando Pirates on Twitter, Orlando Pirates on Facebook. They will let you know if they eventually sign these players. Even Thembinkosi Lorch as well. I don't know. I'm not too sure whether or not he's going to leave because they're not going to just let go of the superstar. But of course, we shall find out very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching our video.